Welcome, welcome. It's March 5th. It's Algo Hour. We have some special guests that I'm very excited about. But hello. I've got Ted here. We got
How's it
Lord
going?
Beluga clapping up a storm over here. Our favorite senior engineer, Joe Paulney.
Woo, Joe. Yeah, Joe.
And then we're also joined today by two of my favorite published people on the planet. KC Pteratato and Maureen Denny. Welcome to the show, guys. I got you here. Thanks. I'm so excited. I thought it would never happen.
Me either.
Fair enough. KC, welcome back. Oh, I think you might be muted. Did you mute yourself? Maybe. I could hear you pre-show. Oh, I hear clicking. Is that you clicking?
No, this is me.
Oh,
I'm still trying to do all of my pre-show warm-up.
Gotcha.
What's your pre-show warm-up? I just do like 8,000 push-ups. Is that?
I have a very specific way of organizing all the windows, as Joe saw last week.
You have more than one window?
Oh, I've got like 5 in my house.
What? 5 windows? That's a big flex.
No big deal.
You guys are special. I love it. All right. Well, I think, Casey, how's your sound? I could totally hear you fine, and then I hit live, and it stopped working. Okay. Maybe she's doing a lap. We're going to check back. But there's tons going on the dev front. Joe did not get here early enough to give me an update, maybe on purpose. Maybe. That's possible. I can hear you, Casey. Welcome back.
Okay. Yeah, great. I don't know what happened.
That's so weird. Yeah, it seems like it's a little on a delay. I don't know. It could just be our vast spans across the U.S. today. I think we're hitting at least 6 different states. So, but I was saying we're going to start off with Joe. We're going to do his Devs Den intro, and then we're going to come back and rip the Band-Aid off, I think, with some limericks, if that sounds okay.
Good luck.
I think that's the way to do it.
Seems fair. I've been excited about it. I'm not going to lie. All right, Joe, you ready?
I'm ready.
Sounds good. Let's get into it. Devs Den.
Like fun.
All right, everyone. Figured I'd give a update on ETH Denver. So last week I called in from Ted's house while I was in Denver. That was before we did our Algorand event and before the week really got started. So I wanted to give a quick update on what happened in ETH Denver. So on Wednesday, I think it was, we did a Algorand Hacker Mansion. And this is basically, we rented the space in this like cool mansion where we did a talk on Algorand. So my colleague Chris Kim did a talk on like what is Algorand, what is pure proof of stake, all the basics that you guys know and love about Algorand. And then I did a talk through about what it's like to build on Algorand. And really the main goal was to show how easy it is to build on Algorand. And we got a lot of good feedback, and we even saw some people like Gabe, one of the co-founders of Transaction Labs. He was there. He hasn't been in the Algorand space for a while, and he was super impressed with the developer experience. And we got a lot of other positive feedback from like Solidity devs about what it looks like to build on Algorand. So a pretty successful event there. It was nice and small and intimate, and we really got to talk to some devs. And yeah, it was a really good experience. And also for us at Algorand, it was really nice for us to talk to other projects, see what they're doing in the space, see how we can improve what we're doing. So like how we can approach like DevRel and hackathons and all this different stuff. So it was a really good conference just for kind of meeting other people and projects and seeing how they're approaching the space. So hopefully in the next coming months, we'll start to implement some of that and just try to get better as always. And upcoming, so this month, we're finally in March now. This is going to be the month where Python fully releases and developers are going to be building on Algorand using a language they already know and love. That'll be releasing at the end of this month, so stay tuned for that. For those that aren't aware, it's been released in developer preview, but this means it's not really ready for production. If you're building a project, you probably don't want to use it yet, but it's there for our expert developers to kind of take a look at and basically roast the hell out of it so we know how to make it better. And we've been doing exactly that. So the Python language is looking amazing and really excited to get that launched at the end of this month. So stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned if you're interested in learning how to develop on Algorand. We have our boot camps coming up. I don't think we've posted the event just yet, but in the next couple of days we will. That will be starting, I think March 19th is our first intro boot camp. And this will be talking about how to get started on Algorand. And then we'll be going and building a digital marketplace. So a NFT marketplace, basically, on Algorand. So that will be pretty exciting. And then one other thing, if you're also interested in learning what it's like to build on Algorand, we'll be launching our first coding challenge. So basically, if you're a developer or dev curious, you can check out our coding challenges. We'll be posting it on socials. I believe today's the day we're launching it. I don't know if we've actually posted it out yet, but basically the idea is we have some code that has a little bug in it, and we want you guys to download the code, download Algo Kit, and play around with it to get it working. And if you do, then you are eligible to get a NFT. So we're going to be handing out Plaus from Go Plausible, and it'll be really exciting. Hopefully getting some new people to try out Algo Kit and rewarding those that have and contribute to the developer experience on Algorand. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff this month. This is a really big month for Algorand, and I hope to give you even more exciting updates as the month continues. But for now, I'll hand control over back to you, IRL.
I love that. I've been seeing the coding challenges, plausible tweets and stuff. That sounds really exciting. I still am struggling. I have reached out to a couple companies that claim to be able to have plugins, I guess. I don't know, Mini Orange, Drop Chain UI. I've looked at a couple of them. I'm still ultra stuck. So if you know anybody, send them my way. On another note, which I'm really excited about, we were talking about the Go Plausibles, which are certificate NFTs that you completed a recommended number of hours of coursework. But if you buy a book on Amazon, you get a free ebook via an NFT, which is pretty cool. And that is from our special guest today. So I'm wondering, in lieu of an elevator pitch at the end of the show, if you guys would tell us about your book.
Yeah, sure. Would love to.
Casey, I can't hear you again. Oh no. You were working so good pre-show. You showed up early. We did the sound check. It was great. I don't know what's going on now. I don't see any issues on my end. But I'm gonna hit up the control panel. But Maureen, you and Casey, I mean, this was like a dream collab for me because I am a fan of both of you individually in the space.
I don't know what.
Casey, I think I heard you there.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Tell us all about it. We got you.
All right, great. Well, I didn't bring my copy of the book for some reason. Maybe Maureen has one. But so we're basically trying to experiment with different ways of releasing physical books, but also gaining a little bit of traction. So we decided to, originally we were just going to release the ebook, but it's much more fun to read to your kids with a physical book. So we switched over to releasing a physical book and then just using the ebook as a way to sort of as a bonus for people who purchase the physical book. So you've purchased a physical book, get a free NFT designed by Maureen, and it also opens up the ebook version on Spindle. So pretty cool.
So cool. And the book is so cute. Like, I got a sneak peek because I'm friends with people in high places. So my mom was reading it to the kids a couple weeks ago, and it's just a sweet book, and it flows, and it's sweet. So I don't know, Maureen, do you think you could read us a page or two? Like, will you do story time? I would love that so much.
Thanks. Okay. I'm going to like randomly open a page.
I want the full teacher experience with the picture.
Oh, God,
yes,
you know,
I'm here.
If you had told me I would be involved with any children's book 6 months ago, I'd laugh at you. I mean, I don't have little kids in my life. I mean, it's anyway. Okay. Let's see. I think the camel is the one that people like, which is actually the cover too. So it says, colder now across the sea, I seem to see what seems to be. Mr. Camel planning a dive within the depths, this mammal thrives. For secret treasures does he strive. That is what I seem to see across the sea.
Oh, I love that so much. I can't even tell you. It's just like, I do have little kids, and they read with us and their grandparents, and this is like the best vibe book because it's not like
It is.
jump around, the floor is lava. It's like sweet and imaginative, and the pictures are perfect. It's the best. I love it.
KC did a phenomenal job of writing the words to go with the images. I think normally, I have no experience with publishing or book writing or anything like that, but I think normally the books are normally written first, and then the writers approach illustrators and say, illustrate this. So we're kind of doing things differently, which is fine, and it worked out well.
Casey, my cheeks are hurting because you took on that challenge, which was totally backwards, I think, from how it's usually done, right?
Shoot, I don't think we can hear you again. I don't know what happened there.
It's like a delay that grows every time the space spans out, and your connection looks good on my end, and I am plugged right into LAN networks now. Joe, you'll be happy to know I have a 100-foot cable going from my router down my hall, down the stairs. So I know it's not that this time around, but
well, in the meantime,
Teddy,
I just wanted to give my appreciation, Maureen, as well to you, just in general for your attendance in the space and how engaged you've been. Casey, can we hear you now?
Can you hear me?
I think so. There we go. Yes.
Okay, so I can restart it every time, I guess.
I don't know. This is not a common. We have problems all the time, but it's always something new, which is really fun for me. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
I just said how great it was and how inspiring it was that you took this on backwards, kind of. You were like, I'm going to write it to, you know.
Well, I saw Maureen's NFTs, and I wanted to experiment with creating a book, and I was like, well, I know there are not a lot of children in Algorand, although there are a lot of parents, and I felt like I could write something to her beautiful illustrations. So I reached out probably about a year ago now, and I was like, hey, do you want to do a collaboration? And she was like, yeah. And
That's
then
so sweet. Okay,
we kind of made it into something bigger by publishing it, but
it's huge though. I feel like
a
big shot. I have published friends. I don't know. It feels very legit. Speaking of legit. Oh, sorry, Teddy. Go ahead. I'm gonna try to move Joe. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Live
Joe.
tick. Do it.
Like, I'm gonna move Joe. Okay, I'm still here, but Joe is also me now because we're playing a game, and I'm excited about it. It's Luga's
Game time.
Limericks,
Oh golly.
and we need
And I
Joe to
really
help the guys out.
appreciate
Yeah.
everyone.
Need all the help.
Are we doing 2v3? Joe, or no, 2v2. IRL's out.
Oh gosh.
So Joe and Ted versus KC and Maureen. Is this like a
No,
competitive
no.
limericks?
I
Is
think
that what you're
Joe
doing?
has to be on our team.
Well, wait a second.
Joe,
Joe,
Maureen,
wait a
KC
second.
versus Ted.
I like how you immediately are just like screw that Ted guy. Joe, you're the real OG.
No. Well, no, Ted.
That's
KC
so
has the
funny.
advantage.
Blank phase. So anyway, okay.
You already
Hit
have a
it.
pro rhymer on your team, which may or may not help.
True.
Yeah, you wrote them. All right,
Hey.
here we go.
Let me read it. Oh, we're starting there? Okay. They're not lizards, but they can summon blizzards. NFTs by Truman. They might not be human, but they're definitely.
Oh, I think I know this. Hold on, I gotta.
So
Hey,
fresh
no
drop,
cheating.
still live.
Wizards.
Wizards!
There you
Yes!
go.
Good
Oh
job.
my gosh.
Doing it.
Good job. I was not thinking that. I was thinking not that.
Gizzards.
Whoops.
Wizards.
I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. All
I
right,
was
here's
thinking
another.
the happy humans.
Oh. All right, this one. Slightly built on science, creating NFTs with reliance. Toasters and blenders with return to senders. I don't recommend long-term.
I don't. This one I'm a little bit less confident on.
That's a little obscure, but also
Okay.
a fresh drop-ish.
Is this part of the new drops on AXN given their the reward program?
I think it was like a week or two ago,
Okay.
but like within the month.
Appliance.
Apply.
Yeah. Maureen's on fire.
Done.
And Casey might have had the answer, but the audio is on such a delay that we'll hear it, like in the middle of
Just
sports.
write it
one.
down, Casey, and
next
hold
one.
it up like it's a whiteboard.
Yeah.
There we go. She's a writer. We're putting her to work today. I dig it. All right. Let's
All right,
see.
is this the offensive one?
I mean, it wasn't one that I would have made up if I was new Casey and Maureen were
Okay.
coming on the show, but
Okay.
here we go.
If you want to be more attractive,
Ask
get
your sister.
involved and be interactive.
Oh, here we go.
Get paid to work out. What's that all about? Remember to get
Algo active.
Woo!
3 for 3.
Beautiful. That one, I feel like any one of us, even Joe, could have gotten that one.
Oh
That's
man,
awesome.
I love it. Oh
All right,
man,
all right, you
okay.
four, you four offended? Yeah, offended anybody?
No, it was not that bad. Oh, whoops, I muted myself. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Well, I'm being attacked by a toddler, so let's do
Fight
sports.
back. Boom.
It sounds great. Welcome to the sports stuff section, brought to you by yours truly, with quite the active green room right now as we're seeing a tornado go through IRL's house. For our first story, we have Russell Wilson being out in Denver, and you'll see here my little point. We'll just go ahead right to that. Looking at this astrologically, of course, this was destined to fail as recent Twitter celebrity Zodiac GM had found right away. This is a tweet dated back to September, that these two would not mesh well, with Russell Wilson being a Sagittarius and Sean Payton being a Capricorn. Shout out, Feely, we miss you. And the fact that I'm doing the astrology update today should say a lot about the state of our show. Their biggest emotional conflict will be deciding the fate of their relationship, with Capricorns wanting to date long-term and eventually marry, but Sagittarius being the most non-committal of all of the signs. Sagittarius is excitable, adventurous, and innately curious, whereas Capricorn strives for stability, security, and comfort. The balance of these two divergent goals definitely would have taken some work, but as you can tell by this story, they have given up. Despite my Homer bias, this is definitely one of the top stories of the sports world. For context here, Russell Wilson signed a 5-year, $245 million contract just 2 years ago that would have taken effect this upcoming season. In order to get off this contract, because Russell Wilson has guaranteed tens of millions of dollars, the Broncos are going to have over $80 million in dead money, which effectively works against them in salary cap figures. For context here, no team has ever had a $45 million dead cap against them, much less an $80 million one. Now, with that said, fortunately for the Broncos, they can spread that impact over 2 years. So just like Algo, everything will be all right by 2026. Important to note that Russell Wilson and Sean Payton never really got off on the right foot. Throughout the season, you could see Sean really yelling and screaming his head off, very intensely, mind you, at Russ for bad read, poor throws, and taking sacks when he shouldn't have. Well, the criticism may have been warranted given his average play, despite his huge contract. There was certainly more behind the scenes. Fortunately for the Broncos, the cap is set to grow over $30 million compared to last year, which is an unprecedented bump. This is due to a lot of the new NFL media rights that have been going on. You watching it on Peacock means that, more of the players can get more money. So that'll be interesting to see. Looking ahead, we have a little bit more of an NBA check-in as we're about a half dozen games past the All-Star break, and the teams that are expected to go far in the playoffs are really in form. Specifically, the Celtics, Bucks, and Nuggets are a combined 17-0 in these games as they all fight for top seedings in their conference. While Boston is kind of running away with the top seed in the East, the Nuggets have quite the battle in the West as they have to go against the Thunder and the Timberwolves, who are also keep giving it their all to kind of keep their seeds. With that said, it's going to be really interesting down the stretch, as last year the Nuggets didn't really give it their all after they had already secured the 1 seed. So people that are comparing last year's record to this year's have a little bit of a different comparison. Shifting ahead to some personal accomplishments, LeBron James achieved the monumental 40,000 career points, first in the NBA in a loss against the Denver Nuggets at Crypto.com Arena. The Nuggets are 8-0 against LeBron, with their Lakers' last win dating back to December 2022. The Nuggets and Celtics will face off in Denver on Thursday, where it is shaping up to be the game of the year. Both teams will have lengthy win streaks, and with Denver giving Boston its first loss at home this year after they started 20-0 at home, this is going to be a game that both teams get up for. Definitely exciting, definitely something to look out for. Lastly, we have our Wemby watch, who is also in full swing as our 7'4" rookie is continuing to grow, something that we wouldn't have thought possible, into his NBA form. He has officially run away with the Rookie of the Year trophy after he literally stuffed Chet Holmgren in crunch time in the final minutes of an upset win against the Thunder. Wemby is just so good. It's unfathomable. In the first 6 games post All-Star break, he has 30 blocks. That's just averaging 5 blocks a game. That's insane from a rookie, much less any player ever. So he's just so big. That's something you've got to keep an eye on. Someone like Victor Wembanyama is going to be the next Giannis Antetokounmpo, the next Kevin Durant, and who knows, maybe even greater. We certainly haven't found his ceiling yet, and advanced analytics are saying that he may be one of the best players of all time, in line with someone like Shaq. Now, lastly, we have our EFL roundup, which I'll keep very quick here as we can get back to the ladies of the Algo Hour. But the Premier League's also in full swing, with most teams having played between 27 and 26 games. The top of the table is a lot of teams that you'd expect. Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, and Aston Villa round out the top 4, with Tottenham and Man United taking on the final other 2 spots. Some personal accomplishments there. We had Erling Haaland score 5 goals in a single match against Manchester City's rout against Luton Town. Arsenal went 6-0 yesterday against Sheffield United, and Liverpool won the EFL Cup over Chelsea in extra time, which was an absolutely electric game. So that kind of demonstrates where the momentum is at within the league. As I mentioned last week, Everton did get off on their financial penalties. However, they are still 16th in the table, with only 8 wins and 12 losses on the season. Their 7 draws are really kind of bringing them down. There are a lot of games that they should have won, but give up a late goal, and as a result ends up tying, which is only 1 point. For context here, Everton's is only really 5 points out of the relegation zone. So that'll be something to watch as well. Chelsea, a team that spent a really crap ton of money this past offseason, is sitting very mediocre at 11, similar to Manchester United's 6th place, where they are the most expensive roster. And despite that, they are still almost 20 points behind first place. So that just proves, unlike, money doesn't buy everything. That's the long and short of it. But that's all I've got here for our sports stuff section. Kind of a little bit of a lightning round today. We'll get more into things as the NBA playoffs and NHL trade deadline happens, and the NBA playoff race kind of continues to heat up, as well as NFL free agency and as the MLB shifts from spring training into the regular season. But until then, that's been your sports stuff section. IRL, back to you.
Hey, all right, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna get Joe out of there. I think he's busy deving. I lost him. Good job, Ted. Good job, Ted. I appreciate you as always. I was telling the ladies before the show that I would probably bail on y'all every single week and every single episode if I didn't know that I had Ted and Luga and Joe and everybody here. So, accountability partners are the best.
Amen. It's exactly like working out. And if I wouldn't be active without someone like Luga giving it a financial incentive to be active.
Have you
There
done
is
any challenges this year?
Well, that one that he sent us in the DM.
I've been sending them privately to you, Luga. I don't know if I'm
yoga,
right.
Ted. Win yoga.
I can
do the cobra pose. Okay.
The cobra pose.
We can call it Python if we want.
Oh, clever. I see what you did there.
Oh, man.
I love it. And I, as usual, will totally do the Algo active after I procrastinate a little. And that's, how it goes. No, I will not. I will wait till we are mid-teens for sure, though. Most likely.
Okay, good. I'll give you some options.
Fair enough. I want an update. I think that would be super cool if you don't mind, Luga. We're kind of on a roll, and I'm eager to get to NFT Flex time because we're flexing some stuff like, a Fidgetal book, but also other things. So, I mean, if you're down, let's just, we'll do our Algo active.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'll put you in the fancy scene I made for you because
I did
that. Why not?
For those of you that don't know, I always do the running dance that plays in the in my intro. But yeah, Algo active, y'all. Hot dog. We have done a couple. Yeah, we're having a conversation. But yeah, so that's good. We'll resolve it. I'm talented. I'm a pro. So I'm not a pro. You're right. I'm losing to the toddler today too. But no, we're gonna win. Come here, toddler. Come hang out. Talk to everybody with me. Yeah, you do. So Algo Active, we've had a lot of fun doing push-ups, doing pull-ups, getting crazy, and now we're doing yoga for the month, and we're gonna change up kind of how I give away rewards. So the original idea is like, hey, I do X number of push-ups, I add an Algo. I do X number of pull-ups, I add an, XRP. But yoga, we're gonna do team participation, right? So for every person that joins in the yoga challenge, I'm gonna add 10 Algo. Right? So you get 50 people, we're gonna have a 500 Algo pop. So it's up to people getting involved, people doing the things. On top of it, if we get to 50, I'm gonna add in 1 soul. So, because yoga is good for the soul, get some soul activity involved. And I mean, it's currently like $130 at 1 soul. So, boom, we'll drop that 500 Algo. It'll be big, but we got to get people involved. So do an easy pose if you want. This is Cobra. Cobra is so easy, super chill, really good on the abs. Good on the lower back, good on everything. Even my little 3-year-old can do yoga pose. Hold on, my sweetness. Give me 1 second, my sunshine. And then, yep. So we're just gonna do yoga. Get involved. You can follow Islet. Islet is doing an amazing job with the yoga, and we'll get involved. We'll get a big fat pot, and we'll make it happen. Sound Gucci?
I want to know. I wasn't in that other scene. I want to know. She likes to hear us. I know she likes to hear. Who won last month?
So let's see. First month was Scotty Rolls. Last month was Baggy, GFY.
Okay. Oh
Was a
yeah, that's
huge
right.
Yeah. They had the 2-minute hang dropped to the minute 59 until the 29th participant.
Yes, I proofread your elementary school arithmetic on that.
Oh,
that's right. I
Well,
did see
I
that
actually
tweet.
just finished a 2-minute high intensity workout, so like my brain was like,
Oh, for sure.
I couldn't math.
But they got like a ton of Algo. They got some Coop. They got some Nico. They got
Algo,
It was
1,111 Coop, 200K Nico, 151 XRP, a Tiny Horse, a Little Royal, 1,000 crap. It was a lot.
I think you figured out the secret to get people like me and Maureen to do it is that even if we don't win, someone else will win more because we did it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right?
Somebody's gonna win more.
I also want to give a shout out to all of the organizations and projects that have also donated to Luga's efforts and whatnot. I think it's awesome to get not just like obviously the monetary value is cool and all, but just seeing so many different tokens that you kind of, when you win, if and when you win, you get just such an entrance into so many different projects and whatnot. And I know like for Nico and the Realms project, they're trying to do something incredibly ambitious, and that'll be fun. You'll stay tuned for my involvement with that, as well as just like everything, right? So Luga, I appreciate you being able to go and do this, not just from an active perspective, but just juggling the kids in between as well. And I think you don't give it enough love as a parent, and seeing IRL's tornado in action as well. It makes me feel grateful that the only 2 kids that I have are 2 cats sleeping about a foot off screen. So
I dig it. Well, we have some people that tuned in. I want to say quick hi to them. Taco came and showed up. Ryan Fox, I did update that that slide for you, buddy. That's done. So we got that. Adrian Lynch, Vince, PWK. Taco was saying how inspiring KC and Maureen are publishing that book. I agree. Ice is here. Ice, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. You're awesome. PWK's probably too-hearted. I've got that stamped in my brain. I think I saw that he was considering changing his screen name too, and I was like, no, you dare. No, I finally figured it out. Yeah. Taco cheering Maureen on, going 3 for 3.
That is an underrated accomplishment as well. I mean, that like you have to have a real pulse on the ecosystem or be religiously following Luga's Twitter feed.
You really do
to be able to get a 3 for 3. I don't know.
Total fluke.
Not a fluke. No, you're a pro.
Total fluke. No.
There may have been only 5 episodes
all the time too.
This entire time that we've been running the show that I think I could have gone 3 for 3.
Really?
I think so. You get the ones that are like just on the periphery of my attention, which I feel bad. That makes me feel horrible for saying that about a project.
There's a billion projects. It's so hard.
Well, and there's new projects coming online and projects going offline. But no, and I wanted to also give a shout out to you, Maureen, in case just your structure of how you're doing this, where you're selling this book, and then as a result, you get this free NFT. I think that's one of the easiest and best ways to natively grow the NFT ecosystem.
100%.
Whereas I think a lot of people kind of go and they say, okay, if you buy this NFT, then you get access to a free book, which is cool and all, is a certainly great user perk. But I think that limits the amount of people you'll sell your book to based on how many people will buy the NFT. And I just think a book is just something that especially a children's book like that can have a very meaningful and emotional impact. And that's just awesome.
He did a great job going after the boomer chain too. Like,
well,
we're
you
so-
know, ever since I've been involved with Algo and NFTs and whatnot, I've been looking for ways to bridge the traditional art space with the crypto space, and it has not been fun. It has not been easy. So I'm really thrilled that we were able to do this and get the NFT component along with the physical component. I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of my artist friends who are not into crypto.
Yeah.
And they probably won't. It's a very negative connotation to it. And there's been many times that I wanted just to walk away from the crypto space because, you know, trying to compete with the huge projects that offer utility, you know, have the big teams of developers and can, you know, it's you know, once I gave up trying to compete with that, I was much happier. And so this is just kind of a surprising way that this turned out. And I'm really grateful for KC because I think, like I said, her words are magic. And it does not only appeal to children, parents with small children, but I'm hearing from a lot of people that the adults find it rather meditative. It's kind of soothing, and you know, they like the words, they like the art. It's a win-win. So.
Well,
Casey,
I love that.
Quick, do a hot lap because I want to hear what you have to say, but I don't want to wait 2 minutes to hear it. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but I want to hear it. So, we're gonna pit it. Ted, sorry, go ahead. Or maybe just
you're
wait
good.
a second.
While Casey is doing a quick little reboot there.
I don't know why it's doing that to her. I feel bad. But it seems like the lag grows the longer, just for this one connection. Okay, sorry. Let's hear it. I
Yeah.
don't hear it. Oh, there you are.
Well,
okay, go
it's
ahead.
been very interesting trying to figure out how to balance
I think we might have
balancing
lost her again.
physical
There's a lag or
book with an NFT aspect, and how are we going to, how do we even pair people buying the book with the NFT in the whitelist shuffle and stuff like that. So
no, she's just gone.
Well, while she's coming back, hopefully, yeah, for those that don't know, if you buy the book, you can let Casey know and send her receipt, and then she'll put you on the whitelist for getting the NFT with access from the Spindle Press, which is something I think is another project that is awesome because it's so different.
I have every
and
issue
then
of
download it.
that. I have every issue of the spindle easing that they did, and I love it. I love that I don't have to like store it on my device. It's like there. I think it's a super cool platform. If anybody has not checked it out, it's NFT gated content basically on the Spindle site. It's really incredibly well done. I think Nana Lean, I think, is their dev. And yeah, it's a super cool project. If you have not checked it out, definitely do so. Let's see here. I do want to get into NFT Flex time because I think somebody flexed the book, if I'm not mistaken. Our guest from last week was back to Flex. So let's get over there real quick here. Okay. I think we got everybody. Maybe but Ted.
Well,
I don't know.
Aw.
It's probably something I
Good.
did when I copied these over. Give me a second and I'll fix it for you. Hang on.
Yes. Sorry, I'm buying the book right now. Toddler. I'm buying the book right now. I did. I posted a link in the chat, so Polly can buy it if you want. It's too cute. I can't. I mean, you read the book. I read books to my kids. You know, both the twins love books. My 3-year-old loves books. We have a book called The Barnyard Dance that we sing and clap to every night, and they love it. So, buying this book, I'm gonna tell y'all, we might do a live reading. Won't that be fun? I don't know. I'm spitballing here, but I think that'd be really fun. It's a really adorable. So yeah, I don't know how I find the NFT, but you know I bought it now.
I love it. I wanted to ask the girls how I get a signed copy though, because I was gonna order a copy for my sister and like us, and then I like had them in my cart, and I thought I need to figure out how to get it signed by them because that would just make it like even that much cooler to have a physical signed
Cool.
copy.
We could sign one and send it to each other, and then we could send it to you.
I dig it. I got to figure it out. So maybe I'll get with one of you and say, I'm going to buy it on Amazon and ship it to wherever you want. And then, you can.
Okay. Which you're going to dox yourself.
I will, I'll send, a stack of them so that, I'll be able to sell it for you when you ladies make it big. It'll be a first edition signed copy.
After we die.
I'm excited. Oh no! Way in advance, like J.K. Rowling's alive.
You solved the dying NFT rug. That was more expensive.
Ice is flexing this good boy. I like the good boys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how he got his to like do that glow thing. That's cool. I didn't know there were good boy gifts. Luga's flexing some K friends and some Vlad. I really like that Vlad. Is it a custom?
No, he just made it. It could almost be an Algo. It's like right there, but
I like it.
He just made it.
I like it. DC per flexed this custom from Mars. It was really good. I love Mars. And here is Afrospace, who was kind enough to be our guest on the show last week. I know he ordered a copy. I know lots of the Algo fans getting their copy, but if I want to just verify, Casey, we tweet you. Do we just at you in a tweet with a copy of us in the book? Is that how we claim the NFT? Yes? Okay. Perfect. I love these. I love these so much. I cannot tell you how much I love the illustrations and the words, and it's really well put together. Here's Polly Two Hearted flexing the ARG. They play poker on Fridays. If you hold one of the many community collab pieces, you get to play for free in that Friday game. So that's really cool. Algo Gems is flexing. Ooh, all right. So we got some basic Belinda, some Jojo Babbitt, and some Perdoodles. Ted, I know you got to spend some time with the Voy guys. I'm not saying Voy boy. I just can't. Did you pick up any of the NFTs?
I did, and I am just realizing I totally forgot to do my flex time. I picked up one of the cassettes which
Okay.
it's my understanding are a part of a larger contest where the more that you sell them,
We could arrange that.
as a result, have to buy them to sell them. You get entries in certain sweepstakes and whatnot. So that is something I'm looking forward to. Let me see if I can pull that up really fast. I am a little bit all over the place this morning. This was.
I will put together a brag post, but I got a tiny.
You got a lot. You got a lot of good ones.
I got a bunch of really good ones. I'm not gonna lie. I think I got a kit. I think I got a woof. I got a lot of the good ones. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to put together a proper NFT flex time post once their secondary opens, and I can get the few that I wasn't able to get. But I had not been that excited for a mass NFT drop in a minute. And yeah, I gotta give the people at High Forge props, man. It was a really nice, clean, smooth mint process.
It was. I got a tiny horse out of it. Pretty quality.
It was too late.
I also want to give a shout out to Kieran, who I got the pleasure of meeting. He is the creator of Cabesis. That's what it's pronounced. And I think that's just a really incredible thing to create when I know this Void ecosystem is very premature. So having builders like that, where, like I said, like being able to physically like see this person, just like I physically saw Joe, just like I physically have seen so many other people. I think for me, that like goes a really long way in proving like, and that's part of the reason why I love this show, where you get to see like who people actually are, right? Like watching IRL and Luga juggle kids as they're doing this is, I think, like part of the human effect that I know we're trying to help just spread. So like, and it makes it a lot easier to have conversations and talk with people and be kind to one another when you recognize that we're all just kind of normal people.
We are all only human, and none of us are perfect.
Except for Maureen, who is in fact a weirdo.
Oh my gosh, what a good shirt.
We're all a little weird, to be fair.
Ted, you're going to tempt me to actually juggle my kids one day.
This actually came from a artist conference I went to a couple years ago, because we all consider ourselves weirdos because we do weird stuff. So
it's a great intersection of degens and artists, the weirdos group. I dig it. Oh, here's Yomo Flex and a Bork, which are also very cool. You can play video games with them. They're also just the sweetest team. Like, I just really like Hurley and Yomo. Good people. Oh, here's Luga's boy, Flex. Luga did his homework.
That's such a good
That's a lot of likes on that, sir. 41 likes. That's a lot of likes.
It's a good looking horse.
And that's a big, that's what it's really about. It's a good looking horse.
Oh, and here is my good boy's pup grade. Check that out. I just I did a screen recording, and it was so smooth and so fast that I was able to post it in real time. I didn't have to speed it up, and I got 2. And then before the show last week, Joe did I don't know how many in like less than 5 minutes because he was running on a deadline. So
I was about to say, Joe, shout out to you for not only does he do all of the good boy pup grades, but he whips out his ledger. And I was like, wow, Joe, you just brought your ledger over to my house like that. That's a little bit of a trust thing. I mean, I know we're supposed to all be trustless and whatnot, but there's nothing stopping me from grabbing a pan for my kitchen and just beating you over the head Tangled style.
Well, the nice thing is that my ledger battery doesn't work, so it's actually extra security there.
Some people would call it a bug.
You.
You call it a feature.
I got one of these on testnet.
You can send a screenshot of your Amazon order. It does not need any identifying information.
Oh, and there it is.
Yep, there it is. I dig it. Oh, man. All right, so what do we got coming up on the week? I want to make sure that Oh, Polly changed his name. Okay. Oh, Track checked in. Hey, Track. I remember a long time ago, I was like, I want to do this. And he's like, I don't think you realize, like, pointed me in the right direction. I learned OBS and I'm so glad I did, but I was ready to not. And yeah, so I appreciate Track's help back then, making me learn OBS and being like, stick with it. Other people can do it. You can do it too. And that's hopefully something I'm going to start sharing with you guys. Is kind of like my OBS journey and how I set up my OBS, because it's scary and it's intimidating, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. So hopefully that will encourage more and more people to make mediocre or better content on YouTube for Algorand. Maureen has it in her Twitter bio. Okay.
I tried to post it once, the direct Amazon link. Let me see if I can do that one more time here.
Be maybe something.
It's on just Amazon. If you Google or if you type in Across the Sea on Amazon, I think it is the first one that pops up.
I believe it. I bet it's the first hit. I was rated like decently high the weekend it came out. Even it was like 50-something in children's books, and I was like, dang. So I'm excited about it. I just want to say congratulations to you guys. I think it's super cool what you guys have done. I love a good collaboration. And so, let's go back here. I love a good collaboration. So I'm really excited that you guys, pushed through, because I'm sure it was not easy. I don't know what the process is to do all that, but between the deving and then like the Amazon, something that you had to do to make it very easy for us all to buy, which I appreciate. I just can't imagine any of it was easy. And I think it's a big accomplishment for the space. And you guys are just like good people. So it's really cool when you see, like, you feel like your home team scored an awesome pivotal point, and like being published is kind of cool. I don't know. I'm really proud of both of you.
Thanks. Yeah, it's something I never thought I would do. And yet, there it is.
I like that. I feel like if we were to poll, and we'll do it by a show of hands so we can see Casey too. Who has done something they never thought they would do because of their Web3 friends?
We're doing that right now.
Yeah. I would never, ever put money on me doing a live stream or being the one responsible for pushing the buttons. Crazy. So I think, I preach all the time about my belief on blockchain adoption and when we'll see our neighbors and our friends get really excited about it. And I am just the firmest believer that it's when we make those human connections. I think I would have given up 10 times from Sunday 6 weeks ago if it wasn't for the people that we have here and the people that we support in the ecosystem and that we love and are our friends and our neighbors. And I think once people start seeing that human connection that you don't necessarily associate with cutting edge tech, like this really authentic with like actual feelings type vibes, it's just
no offense, Joe, but not just nerds.
Yeah, well, we're all nerds, but we're nerds about different stuff. Luga's the biggest rock climbing nerd I know, hands down.
Oh yeah, no contest.
If I met somebody on the street that was wanting to write a book, I could totally be like, hey, I know somebody who wrote a book, and so, yeah, I don't know. When people start talking about ones and zeros, I'm like, one of my friends invented this coding language, like I can make these connections without knowing a whole lot about it. And of course, now my dogs are deciding that they want something from me too. This is just an all around, long story short, that's my ask. The group lift is real. The book is amazing. It's so good. And that type of just like really authentic collaboration just warms my heart. And I want to help support it and uplift it any way I can. So hopefully that will include like some audio versions of the books or something cool. I've been wanting to do that with Casey for a while. I have a mom that has a Scottish accent. I have volunteered to read something. So we're going to get on it, but I want to say thanks again, and then we'll go around and give everybody else a minute to ramble because I just totally did. Sorry. Start with Ted. Oh, Maureen.
Yeah, go ahead,
just
Maureen.
kind of to add on to how anyone can help us promote the book is to leave a review on Amazon, because I think that will help us get back up in the ranks. So if you have it, if you want to, if you can take the chance, take the time, we would definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I got distracted just now because I am also, like Luga, buying the book. So I apologize. It was, even though I don't necessarily have children, I will read it
Good for children.
I was going to say my toddler's coming in, so I want to mute. But can you tell me how much that is? Okay, Charlie, I'll be right.
Mine was.
Yeah, it's not a fortune for sure. It's less than $12, I think, out the door. Right?
I $13.33 after all the taxes and everything else, and it will be at my house by Saturday.
Oh, imagine not having Prime, Ted.
I do. That's with
Prime.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, it's something that's definitely like very affordable in the sense that like I will absolutely take a chance on someone like Maureen and KC just because of how long you've persisted and existed in the community. And this is just such a wholesome and positive contribution that you've brought. Absolutely will be getting the book and absolutely will be getting 5 stars. And we'll see. Maybe I'll team up with IRL and try and find some way to get you guys to sign it one way or the other. But in any event, once again, just want to reiterate IRL's kind of sentiment and on this. It's just awesome to see you guys just succeed. So,
Joe, any final thoughts?
I just bought the book as well, and my mom's a kindergarten teacher, so I'll try to get this book added to her classroom collection. And I also do want to apologize. I did step away in the middle of the show. My lunch Grubhub order came sooner than I thought, and I was starving, so I had to scarf down some food.
No need to apologize.
Quite all right.
Never stop.
Yeah.
Like the book, get it while it's hot.
Oh.
Get it while it's hot. That's a good statement. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm gonna read the book. Might read it live. I don't know. We'll feel crazy. But get Algo active. Remember, the more people do yoga, the more money I give away. And apparently it makes you more attractive. I don't know. I didn't write that limerick, but
oh man.
I dig it. Thank you, KC, for coming and hanging out with us, even though you were on a delay on the audio. I don't know. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maureen, we got you here. It happened. I'm so excited about that. And thanks again to everyone. Check out their book. Come back next week and hang out with us. And thanks so much, everyone. I appreciate it. Till next time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
great.